We've got our Pokemon Showroom Premium here. Functionally, it's the same as the LE. I'm going to show how to get into it and how to run some basic tests. So let's start by taking the glass off so we can run a switch test if we need to. This may be optional, but I'll go ahead and show you how to do it. So grab the keys that came with it. When you originally bought the game, they were cable tied right here. Go ahead and open the coin door. Inside, you'll see and feel a metal latch on each side. If you're not used to it, you can even stick your head in the coin door and see what the latches look like. Once those are unlatched, the lockdown bar should be free to pull up like this. Set it aside. Go ahead and close the coin door and slide the glass out. Set it in a safe place. I got concrete floors, so I'm going to do protective corners. First, let's just check the basic tech alerts. This customer's played it a few times, so that might be enough to generate a tech alert if there is one. Since we're going to run some tests, I open the door, but I'm going to go ahead and pull this white interlock switch until it clicks. The playfield lights up so that it has the voltage it needs while running tests. These are the menu buttons. You have a black button for enter, then you have a right red button, a left red button, and a green back button. Go ahead and press the black enter button. Press it again. You may see some tech alerts on this screen if you have them, but for now, let's just hit enter. Let's hit the right red button to go down to diagnostics, and then black button to enter. Then the right red button to go down to technician alerts, then the black button to enter. This one currently has no technician alerts. If you have alerts, they will display here. Typically what a technician alert is if there's a switch that has not been triggered in a long time, it will show up here to tell you that that switch may not be working. In this case, the customer has a tech alert for the Squirtle bowl switch. So let's go through an example where we test that switch and see if it's working. I'm going to hit the green back button here, and then the left red button to go up to switch test. Enter, and then enter again. And then I'm going to hit enter for switch test with history. Okay, it says press any switch to begin. So the Squirtle bowl ramp opto is an invisible beam of light that's shining between this opto right here and this here. Here you see the wires for the opto. This has a protective metal plate here. If I break that beam with the ball or my finger, that's what triggers the switch hit. So this one's actually working. So I'm passing my finger in between these two opto sensors. Let's look what's happening on the screen. It says bowl opto. Each time I pass my finger through, it says bowl opto. So feel free to go ahead and test that. If it's working in switch test, the tech alert will most likely go away on its own. This is a switch that doesn't get used every game, so there's a chance it's just a false alert. I'm not aware of any other switch alerts at this time for this customer, but if there is something else, sometimes the manual can help you, or you can ask us, or here's just a general rundown on how to test some typical switches. So this is a rollover switch. You can roll over it with the ball or press it with your finger, and it'll show you the name of the switch on the screen. Another example is a target. So if I push this target with my hand, it'll say lower left target. You can even do the Meowth balloon if you want. That's a switch. There's some other optos, and then there's things like this where the ball can roll under a gate and trigger a micro switch. So you test it like this. Feel free to ask questions if you have any other specific concerns and you're not able to figure it out. Let's just run another typical helpful test. So I'm going to back out a switch test, the green button. I'm going to go back, and then right red button down to coil test, then hit enter. Then right red button down to cycling coil test. Once again, make sure your playfield's lit up. I've got the interlock switch pulled already. I'm going to hit enter. And let's just watch what mine does. Okay, so basically, it highlights each coil on a map on the screen as it's firing it. And then you usually hear or see something move. There's a couple things on there that are not used, such as ticket dispenser. You know, well, your game would have a shaker motor. Not every game has a shaker motor. So if a couple things are silent, that's sometimes normal. If it's a unused item or if it's a magnet, you don't always hear something. I also happen to notice on Pokemon specifically, I really didn't see much happen with the Pokeball or the Pikachu. So let's see if there's a specific test for that. Let's go ahead and back out with the green button. And back again. Right red button down to device test. Enter. Cool, there's separate tests for this. So I'm going to go down to Pokeball test and hit enter. Okay, I'm not gonna change any of the limits, but I'm using the red buttons to toggle between this upper selection clockwise limit and counterclockwise. So as I'm hitting the red buttons to go up and down, the Pokeball's going left and right. So this is working correctly. Nothing really needs to be done here. So I'm gonna hit the green back button, go down to Pikachu test, hit enter. Same thing, I'm gonna hit the right and left red buttons, and I get to see his head go left and right. This is still really cool. I'm a Pinball fan and a Pokemon fan, so this is awesome. Green back button. I'll go ahead and show the Meowth test too. So I've got Meowth highlighted. I'm gonna hit the black button to enter. Then I'm gonna use the right red button to go down to test Meowth balloon, then black button to enter. From here, I'm not gonna set any new values or anything. I'm just gonna use the right and left red button to make it go up and down. So I hit the right red button, it went up, left red button, it goes down. I'll run it up and down a couple more times. Cool, it's working great. I'll go ahead and back out. And really the only other commonly used test is gonna be the lamp test. So I'm gonna go back up to diagnostics, hit enter, then down to LED test, hit enter. Then I'm gonna go down to all LED test, hit enter. And this just makes all of the lights pulse at a constant rate. So you can see if any of them are out. The lamps are in groups on this game, so it's pretty rare to just have one light out. If anything, it'll probably be a noticeable group, but it doesn't happen very often. So this one's working normally. Okay, I think that's all the common tests for now. So I'm gonna go ahead and back out. So green back button, back, back, back. And now I'm back to what we call attract mode, where the game is ready to play. And balls are still in it, so I can just slide the glass back in. I always like to close the coin door while I put the glass in, just so I don't scratch it. Line up the lockdown bar with the slots. Set it in place. We'll reach in, flip the metal latches over, and lock them down.